Good morning, sir.
Good morning, how you doing, sir?
I'm well. How are you? And go ahead, Dara, if you've got something for me to address.
Yes, Your Honor. So Mr. Francois has a physical harassment charge. He spoke with Mia, and Mia recommended that he speak with me, and
Okay.
she is asking to make this charge community court eligible.
Okay.
Mr. Francois is doing everything he needs to do to stabilize. He's staying at the shelter, working with a case manager, working with mental health partners and a case manager there. And so based on all of the work he's doing, Mia agreed to make this community court eligible.
And so that means that even though it's a physical harassment charge, she's willing to dismiss that charge based on the work?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So based on that representation that you made as a court officer, I'm going to accept that disposition. It's somewhat unusual for the prosecutors to take that type of charge and be willing to dismiss it, but it's a reflection perhaps on the work that you're doing. And I, of course, haven't read the report to see why this is what caused this to be a charge. But since the prosecutors are willing to dismiss, I never deny their request to dismiss a charge.
Yes, sir.
So the charge will be dismissed. And just, Dara, can you tell me, you should it be case management? What would be the appropriate sanction that we're going to be indicating here?
Your Honor, I would say mental health appointment.
All right, mental health session. I'm putting some notes here so it's clear on from our court records to make this CCT eligible. And that may be dismissed today then, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So Mr. Francois,
Yes, sir.
by coming to court and doing all the work you're doing to improve your stability and having that conversation that the prosecutors are willing to dismiss the charge, I appreciate all of that. If we have an email for you, I don't know if you have an email address.
Okay, I'm currently using my wife's because I broke my phone like a couple days ago.
It's perfectly fine. If you have an email that you can give to us, we can email you a copy of my order that'll dismiss the case, which will happen in the next day or two.
Okay.
If not, if you ever need a copy of the order dismissing, you can come back to court, here and just tell them your name and they can pull out and print out a copy of that order. So if you want to share email address with us, that's fine. If not, you can simply just make sure that you come back somewhat. You're not required to on my behalf. I just want to make sure you have access to that order. All right. Having said all that, you are free to go. Thank you for appearing today.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you so much.
I had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Stevens about the Restorative Justice Program, although at the beginning of our conversation it was revealed to us that he's actually not a CU student, but nonetheless we did provide him information about the Boulder Restorative Justice Program and the plea offer and file revolving around that. It's my understanding that he intends to accept the deferred judgment and file today, Your Honor, requiring him to complete the Boulder Restorative Justice Program and the substitute screening and assignment of course by probation.
Okay. Thank you for that. I'm going to pull that up, a file. I'm just looking to see if I've got my face sheet for Mr. Stevens. They're over here. Oh, they do. Okay. Back to me. All right, great. Oh, thanks for all this. That's great. Thanks. And then we'll pull up the plea offer in the file here for you, Mr. Stevens, so I can go over that with you. So there's a deferred judgment offer in the file, Mr. Stevens, and I'm sure this has been described to you, but I have to make a quick record of that I've described it to you. A deferred judgment means that you plead guilty to the two charges that are pending, a charge of possession of alcohol by someone under the age of 21 and a charge of having a fraudulent identification. The case would stay open for 9 months. As long as you went through the 9 months without any other criminal charges and you completed the conditions of this agreement, at the end of the 9 months, we would withdraw the two guilty pleas, dismiss your case, and seal your record. You would be expected to complete the CU Restorative Justice Program, the CU Community Living class, and have a substance use screen and complete whatever class is ordered by our probation officer. Does that all make sense to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions before we go forward?
No, Your Honor.
I have a couple of questions I have to ask every defendant when they're pleading guilty to any charge. Are you doing this voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is anybody forcing you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any medications or drugs or alcohol?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand these two charges? We'll start with the charge of possession of alcohol by someone under the age of 21. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you agree that there's evidence to support that charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand the charge of having a fraudulent identification?
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
do you agree that there's evidence to support that charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are doing this all without the benefit of a lawyer. As you heard me earlier, I could continue your case over if you wanted to hire counsel. If you're a CU student, or even if you're not, you can perhaps find reduced fees legal services in the community. You can also apply for the public defender. So I want to make sure you understand you have those options available to you. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you comfortable going forward without the benefit of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that criminal law can be complicated and having a lawyer represent you may result in a better outcome than the one you might be able to secure for yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing all this, you'd like to proceed today, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how old are you, sir?
19.
Have you obtained a GED or graduated high school?
I graduated high school.
Okay, so I am going to find that it's a free and voluntary decision for the defendant to plead guilty to these two charges as knowing and voluntarily done. Count one is a charge of possession of alcohol by someone under the age of 21, which is a violation of section 574 of the Boulder Revised Code. That allegedly occurred on September 13th of 2025 at 2055 Regent Drive. How do you plead to that charge?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Accept that guilty plea. Count two is a charge of having a fraudulent identification, which is a violation of section 5612 of the Boulder Revised Code from that same date, time, and location. How do you plead to that charge?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Accept the guilty plea. I think are you amending that? Because right now it says CURJ. Were you
My
changing
apologies,
that?
Your Honor. I had updated the file, just not re-uploaded it.
Okay.
I'll do that shortly.
And so I had spoken earlier about CU Restorative Justice. Obviously, it's not going to be the CU program because you're not a CU student. So it'll be called the City of Boulder Restorative Justice Program, which is a similar program, but it's just not run by the university. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so once that gets uploaded, then we'll get that document for you to sign later on. But that'll be one of the requirements is the Restorative Justice Program through the City of Boulder. You'll also be required to complete the substance use screen. And then, Mr. Altenberg, obviously not a CU community living class. Is there something that you were substituting in that, or is that just going to be waived?
That has been waived, Your Honor.
Okay, so you'll just have the two obligations, the Restorative Justice Program for the City of Boulder and the substance use class that is determined by our probation officer. You'll be on the deferred judgment for the 9-month term. Both charges will end up getting dismissed as long as you're doing what you're expected to do. You'll have $155 in fees and costs that you'll need to pay today. Are you able to do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to say this to you, but it really applies to anybody that has a fraudulent identification. When people buy fake IDs, they do it usually online, and they get a packet of fake IDs. And so the tendency or the inclination or motive might be, gee, I've lost this other one, but I'm going to use this next one when I want to go to a party or I want to get into a bar. Please do not do that. If you get charged with another fraudulent identification charge, you will not get the same lenient plea offer or treatment from this court that you're getting today, which means you could end up with a conviction on your record for having a fraudulent identification. And if you have a conviction on your record for fraudulent identification, that's a big red flag for employers or for if you go to graduate school, college. They are not going to be very comfortable giving you access to digital databases if they think you've done something that would be misrepresenting who you are. And so people in their young, late teens or early 20s sometimes don't have the ability to really see how that might impact them long term. I share that with people so they can be thoughtful about the decisions that they're making, understanding that some people are just, I'm just trying to get into a bar. Well, you've misrepresented who you are. So I want to make sure you understand how serious that can be treated going forward. And that's not just for you, it's for anybody who might have that charge. But you have received a deferred judgment. You have the chance to earn a dismissal by doing the things that you're supposed to do as part of this agreement. The next step for you, Mr. Stevens, is we're going to be sending you back to meet with probation. I'm going to go ahead and send you back on your own since your conditions are slightly different than the other folks. So Leslie, would you mind walking back Mr. Stevens back now so that he can have that conversation with probation, and then they'll go over all this with you. They're going to set some deadlines. Make sure you meet those deadlines so you can earn dismissal of your charges. All right. Thank you for appearing, Mr. Stevens. Go ahead, Mr. Altenberg.
Yes, Your Honor. We would like to call Mr. Martin Burns, please, to appear in person.
All right, Mr. Burns, if you're here, if you'll come forward.
I had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Burns about the Restorative Justice Program. It's my understanding that he intends on accepting the offer and file requiring him to complete the Restorative Justice Program, the Community Living class in 3 hours of community service. Joe.
All right, thank you for that, Mr. Altenberg. I'm pulling up that deferred judgment agreement now. Mr. Burns, you've heard me do this with the other young man just a moment ago. The offer for you is that if you were to plead guilty to the 2 charges, in your case, it's a charge of urinating in public and a charge of obstructing a police officer. But if you plead guilty to those 2 charges, the case will stay open for 9 months. You'd be expected to complete the CU Restorative Justice Program, the CU Community Living class, and 3 hours of community service. You'd also be expected to pay $165 in fees to our court and then $25 community service fee to Slice on campus, who will monitor your community service. And then you're also expected to go through that 9-month term without any other criminal charges if that result in conviction. Does that all make sense to you?
Yes,
Do you have any questions about this offer? And it sounds like you've decided to accept it. Is that right?
yes,
When you plead guilty to these charges, you're giving up your right to trial and all of the other rights that I described to the group earlier. Do you understand that?
yes, sir.
Are you doing that voluntarily?
Yes,
Is anybody forcing you to plead guilty? Are you under the influence of any medications or drugs or alcohol? Do you understand these 2 charges? We'll start with count 1, which is urinating in public. Do you understand that charge?
yes, Your Honor.
Do you agree there's evidence to support that charge?
Yes,
And do you understand the charge of obstructing a police officer?
yes, sir.
Do you agree there's evidence to support that charge?
Yes,
You are doing all this without the benefit of a lawyer. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. The Office of Student Legal Services on campus can offer you reduced rate fees. You could apply for the public defender. You could secure your own counsel. Do you understand all of that?
yes, Your Honor.
Are you comfortable proceeding without the benefit of a lawyer?
Yes,
And you understand that a lawyer might do a better job of representing you than you do representing yourself?
yes, sir.
I am going to find that it's a free and voluntary decision to plead guilty. We'll start with count 1, which is a charge of obstructing a police officer, which is a violation of section 553 of the Boulder Revised Code occurring September 20th of 2025 at 12th and College. How do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
We'll accept the guilty plea. Count 2 is a charge of urinating in public, which is a violation of section 567 of the Boulder Revised Code from that same date, time, and location. How do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
We've accepted those 2 guilty pleas. We'll place you on the deferred judgment. We charge you $165 in fees and costs here. We reduce our community service fee by $25 because when you go to do your community service, we're going to actually have Slice on campus monitor that community service fee for you, and they will charge you a $25 fee. So don't be surprised if they charge you that fee. I am going to require that you complete the CU Restorative Justice Program. You also have the community living class to complete, and then you'll have 3 hours of community service to complete as well. Can you pay the $165 in fees today?
Yes,
I will have you pay that. I'm going to have you have a seat because we're going to send you back as a group. The 3 people who have CURJ, we're going to send you back to meet with our probation officer all together so you can hear the same information at the same time. So just have a seat. We'll send you back shortly.